Woman judged for ordering too much food. It was a quiet Wednesday afternoon when Hannah Bloom walked into the bustling diner off Maplewood Avenue. The smell of fresh fries, grilled patties, and warm pies wafted through the air. She wore a simple beige trench coat, her hair tucked into a low bun, and she looked like someone who had walked straight out of a storm, emotionally, not just physically. She chose a booth in the corner, the kind that gave her the view of the whole place without being in anyone's way. When the waitress, a cheerful young woman named Carla, came to take her order, Hannah didn't hesitate. "I'd like 2 cheeseburgers, onion rings, a large fries, mozzarella sticks, the meatloaf special, and a chocolate milkshake. Oh, and a slice of pecan pie. Warm, please." Carla blinked but nodded, scribbling down everything without judgment. But behind her, a couple seated a table away exchanged amused looks. The man whispered something, and the woman giggled, glancing at Hannah with a raised brow. "Someone's eating for 2 or 4, the woman muttered under her breath, just loud enough for Hannah to hear. Hannah's cheeks flushed, but she didn't respond. She kept her gaze fixed on the menu, pretending to read it again. The food arrived quickly. One by one, Carla placed the dishes in front of her. "You sure you don't want some company?" Carla joked, trying to lighten the mood. Hannah forced a smile. "No, I'm good. Just hungry today." As Hannah ate, she noticed the couple still watching her, whispering, occasionally laughing. The man took a photo of her with his phone and chuckled as he showed it to his companion. Something inside Hannah cracked, but she said nothing. She just ate slowly, deliberately, savoring every bite. She wasn't just eating food. She was eating memories, grief, and heartbreak. 3 booths down, an older man watched quietly. He wore a clean navy blue suit and had a neatly trimmed beard. No one paid attention to him. He liked it that way. But his eyes never left Hannah. Not in a creepy way, more like he was studying her pain, seeing something the others didn't. After an hour, Hannah placed her fork down, wiped her mouth gently, and pushed back from the booth. She walked to the register, head held high, and paid in cash. She didn't leave a tip. She left a $100 bill tucked beneath her empty pie plate. Carla found it minutes later, shocked. Outside, Hannah stood beside her car, a worn-out silver Toyota. She stared at the sky. Her phone rang and she answered. "Yeah, I did it. I sat there and ate every single dish just like he used to. I don't care if they laughed. Today was his birthday." Her voice cracked. "He used to order all that food every time. Said life was too short to count calories. I didn't want to forget." She ended the call and slid into the car, gripping the steering wheel. A tear rolled down her cheek. She let herself cry, finally. Back inside the diner, the older man stood and approached Carla. "Who was that woman?" he asked. Carla shrugged. "She didn't say. Just came in, ordered enough food for an army, and left like a ghost." The man nodded, thoughtful. He left a generous tip and exited the diner. He wasn't just any man. He was Howard Langston, owner of the Langston Food Group, one of the largest restaurant chains in the country. The way Hannah had eaten stirred something in him. It reminded him of his late wife, who'd also once sat alone in diners, unnoticed and grieving. That night, Howard posted on his private social media, "Saw a woman today eat like the world owed her memories. Nobody knew she was honoring someone. Reminded me to never judge a plate unless you know the story behind it." The post went viral after his assistant, without his permission, shared it on the official Langston Group page. Thousands of people commented, relating, sharing their own stories of silent grief, public judgment, and hidden battles. A week later, Hannah returned to the same diner. This time, something was different. There was a framed photo on the wall. It showed a table filled with food, burgers, fries, pie, and a single empty chair. A plaque beneath it read, "For those who dine with memories. Eat freely, judge less, love more." Carla beamed when she saw her. "He came back," she whispered. "The man in the suit. He bought the diner and renamed it Memory Meals. Said no one should ever feel ashamed to eat alone." Hannah smiled softly. She took her old booth again and ordered the same meal. No one stared. No one laughed. A mother with 2 kids even sent her a thumbs up from across the room. The world hadn't changed overnight, But in that little corner of it, kindness had won. What Hannah didn't know was that Howard had been searching for her ever since. When he finally found her, he offered her a position as the creative director of his new campaign, Meals That Matter. It focused on emotional stories behind the food people order. She accepted, of course, not just because it paid well, but because for the first time in a long time, she felt seen. And with every campaign, every photo shoot, every meal shared publicly, Hannah made sure no one ever felt judged again for the way they grieved, healed, or remembered, especially over food. And so, the woman who was once laughed at for ordering too much became the voice behind a movement that changed how the world viewed pain, memory, and kindness, one plate at a time.